joining us this meeting is also being recorded so we can place it on our website and make it available for many of our parents, just in case they want to review it and ask questions, or there's some content they may miss. So I see that we have 10 parents on this morning, so thank you for that. Okay, so we do have an agenda, and if anyone has rights to share the agenda to the screen for this SLT. The function of the school leadership team, it brings together parents, school administration, specifically the principal, and UFT constituent groups. Our UFT chapter leader, Ms. Serena Moore, is on, and we have some UFT members that is here in the building with us this morning, and we have some parents. So we do have some items of business included in the purpose of this group. Also, we are to craft and align the expectations and the wants of the school by way of consensus via the CEP. The CEP is the Comprehensive Educational Plan that is developed each year, and it's shared with the state and the city of New York, and whether it's approved and denied, and then it's posted. If there's any adjustments that need to be made, then anything is posted and shared with our school community. So that is the function of this group. So we had our last meeting was in June, and we don't have those minutes right now to refer to because the individuals who were recording and writing the minutes, none of those individuals returned to the school for this school year. I do want to point out that just because we had some staffing changes and there were some much needed changes, there are still people that we work closely with and we consider to be very knowledgeable. But as your school instructional leader and as your principal, I believe that sometimes people who are complacent really and truly don't help the cause. And every day we have to be learning and adjusting. And sometimes you can outgrow a place, right? So some individuals have applied to other schools and they've been accepted, and we wish them well on their journey. So we do not have the minutes for the last meeting, but we do know at that last meeting, we did discuss and adjusted the bylaws in regards to, we were going to meet the third Thursday morning of every month. Okay. And the reason why we went to a Thursday was because PTA events are on Tuesday. So we wanted to separate them because before we used to do them together and it would be like a 3-4 hour stretch to be available. So I know that these right now there's new laws in regards to the voting members. No, that's the wrong word. Not the voting members, but the required members, I should say, which is myself as your principal, Miss Tiffany Moore Murray as our PTA president and SLT designee for the parents, and Zarina Moore. We are required to be in person when we are reaching consensus on something. If that changes or anything like that, then we will be sure to discuss it and follow up with it. So we have the agenda that we're shared here. In this meeting, because everyone was available at 7 o'clock, I know some people were parking, walking up the stairs and things like that. We do get the time from 7. We have a sign-in sheet that we're going to put in the chat. Everybody that joins us, every member that's required to be here, please make sure that you put the sign the attendance sheet, because the attendance sheet is how we also get paid for the 3 hours for the month. So for each month, we're supposed to have one meeting and it's supposed to be 3 hours. However, we know that we do other meetings, we do other district trainings, after school trainings, just trainings throughout the city. So we make sure that we account for the time for the 3 hours that's included in that. So even though we may not physically be together, it's part of our bylaws that we can include those other conferences and meetings to reach the threshold of 3 hours a session which would come up to 30
30
hours.
hours per year.
Yep. So that's 3 hours a month. So we know that our next meeting, just so our parents who are here, thank you again for being with us this early this morning. Okay, our next meeting will be October 17th.
Correct.
7 o'clock. And we can, I'll just open up and just go over the dates right quick while we have everybody here, and we can do them all for the whole year, okay? Okay, October 17th. So 17th, go 1, 2, 3. All right, November 24th. I'm sorry, November 21st. December 19th. January 16th. Uh-oh. So February, we always get in trouble with that third Tuesday, that third week period. So the third Thursday, either we can decide to do it on the 13th before we leave, or we can do it on the 27th when we come back. What are your thoughts, guys? Or we can decide at another time. We don't have to decide now, but we have to say something. I know it's early in the morning, but we gotta do something. Before, Ms. Parker said before, okay, so anybody else objects? No? Tiff?
I'm sorry, Robin, I didn't hear.
Okay, so we're up to February. So the
Okay.
February, the third Thursday falls
Is
during winter,
the break, yeah.
right? So one parent suggested that we should do it on the 13th. Anybody else? I'm trying to get any voting members yet to
That's
say
fine.
something. Okay, the 13th, we all can agree on the 13th? All right, so February 13th. Thank you, Ms. Parker, for that suggestion. Okay, March 1, 2, 3, that's March 20th. There's no testing, no nothing. Okay, so March 20th. Okay. 1, 2, 3, April 17th. We're here.
For April 17th?
Mm-hmm. April 17th. Okay.
Sit
For
down.
May, 2, 3, it's May
That'll be the
15th.
15th.
Yep. And June 19th.
Okay, that's Juneteenth.
What?
No school.
June 15th, so we're
No
not
school.
here. So we can choose to be the 12th or, yeah. No, I
Yeah,
know
the
we
12th.
on the 26th. Okay. All right, so the 12th. All right, so June 12th. I'm like, the last day of school, okay. All right, June 12th.
Okay.
All right, we've set our dates for the entire year, 7 a.m. that we'll be here. And we will include this in the minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause. We've done that. We talked about how we don't have any minutes, but maybe we can go to the recording because I'm quite sure it's recorded in June, but we'll double check. And we'll open this up for a PTA update.
Okay.
It's really important because they're gonna have to vote, okay? Yep.
Okay, good
Go ahead.
morning, everyone. First, I would like to apologize for my absence of not being in person. I'm being a mom. I had to take the baby to the doctor. So once again, I want to apologize for my absence. The only thing that I pretty much have to say is that we had a successful first meeting, which was held on Tuesday. We had staff, we had new parents that signed on to the meeting. We spoke about some upcoming events that we will be having for October, November, and December. The first event would be October. Let me just look at the date, and it's going to be a family game night. It's going to be October 11th, I believe is what we said, because a Friday from 5 to 7. And that's about it. I'm looking forward to working with new parents, new staff, old parents, old staff. I'm just looking forward to coming together and just having a lot more activities, doing more things together this year.
Okay, Tiffany, did you add anything else?
No.
Okay.
Did any of the Candice, do you have anything you want to share? Sharmel, any of the executive board members have anything they
Sorry,
want to share?
sorry, Tiffany. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you, parents, for your PTA update. We're also, I'm gonna turn it over to, wait, Tiff, do you mind also sharing, like, how many parents do we need to fill the seats for you guys?
I believe it's 3 because we have to have a team of 10. So 5 staff and 5 parents. So myself and Candice already sit on the team, so we need 3 additional parents.
Okay. How do we do elections for that? Do you just see who
We
runs?
have,
and
we
you
have to
assign?
send out a like regular
10
election, we
notice.
have to send out a flyer, 10-day notice. We have to have the parent that, like PTA, they have to be legal guardian or a parent of a student at the school. We would credential them, make sure that they are actually who they say they are, and then we would, if there's no one contesting the seat, then they can have it. But if there's more than the three people, then the 3 seats, then we would have to actually vote them in.
Copy that. All right, thank you.
So
Okay,
me and you, we can get together to figure out a date for that, because we also have to do Title I. So maybe we can do them both the same day and get it out the way.
right, so I am okay with whatever date. I don't want to hold the process up. Connect
Okay.
with Sonia later
I'm gonna
today.
speak to Sonia because I need her to do Title I because I can't be hands-on with Title I.
Yes, I know. Yep, so
Okay, so
please.
I will, as soon as I get to the school, I'm gonna send an email and I'll CC you on it.
Okay,
All right, and
Thank
we'll do both the same.
all right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. You're welcome. Okay, Zarina, so it's myself, you, so that's 2. All right, and we still had, as per the bylaws, we had Dr. DK Aries, she's the AP and IA, right? So it's still 3. So we're still looking for 2 more teachers. Okay, so you'll ask around and see who want to sign up. If whoever signs up, cool. If it's uncontested, if it's just the 2. All right, Zarina? Okay, all right.
Yes, I'll ask around.
Yep, gotcha. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn it over to Zarina Moore for the UFT updated report.
I really don't have anything to report as of yet. We're looking forward to meeting with you, Principal Signal, next week for our first consultation committee. So, we'll see how that goes.
Okay, great. All right, so there's some things that I'd like to celebrate for the UFT, if you don't mind, if I could do it at this section. We had an amazing start of the school year. We requested that parents come back, teachers come back the week before, the last week of before the first week of September. So they returned to the building the last week of August. So they came in, did their rooms, got everything ready for our students. We have quite a few new teachers with us this year. We've had quite a few applicants apply for any teaching positions here, and many of them have been teaching already. A few of them are from the charter schools, so we're very excited about that and their skill set, which may be very different than what teachers who've been aligned and trained with New York City public schools have been. We said farewell to quite a few teachers, so there's new faces. I think new faces is important. It brings life into the building and it exposes us to new practice. We also have, as far as teachers and other noted staff members are working together to do Dad Bring Your Child to Work Day that is sponsored by My Brother's Keeper. So we have t-shirts to give away to dads and some other little trinkets. And we have a photo booth. Hopefully they would be here. I thought they would be setting up by now, but we do have a drop down that dads can take pictures on their phones and really celebrate the moment. Okay, I'm trying to think for anything else for teachers. We are focusing on this school year for our teachers that we would like to also include 811 and things for our teachers. So we'll continue to have our UFT chapter leader, Zarina Moore, reach out to their chapter representation so they can be a part of these events. If one of their parents came in this morning and wanted to take a picture in front of the drop down, we would definitely be like, of course. I don't think we've ever said no to anything really. So we want to make it an inclusive environment. I received a lot of feedback from parents in regards to not being included in some of the year-long programs that are here. And I can tell you that Principal Avila and I have had our campus collaborative meetings, and she shared any professional learning that her staff is completing in for our staff to be a part of, because we feel that it's very important. And they also have like a lot of rich professional learning to support their students, and their students and our students, we're the same, right? We really are. And so we want to make sure that we can add to our teachers' toolkit to really support all different types of learners. And that will spill over to the parents as well, because if you notice in some of the setup for success and the homework suggestions, well, the homework assignments, I'm going to say, because it's not suggested, are really scaffolds and require partner work with parents and really trying those new techniques that teachers will learn from PD from New York City Public Schools, as well as from Principal Avila's team. All right, I think that's about it for the teachers. Zarina, did I miss anything? Anything else you want to celebrate? Did I cover it all? Okay, gotcha. All right. Okay, so we'll go to PS 140 update. Okay, so an update with PS 140. Good morning, I'm still here. Yes, and I'm thankful and grateful to still be with you guys this school year. I really appreciate the support that my family and I received. So I just want to thank you again. Every time I say thank you, it makes my heart heavy because I have to keep reliving it over and over and over again. So now I'm in a very good point that I could thank you guys, acknowledge you. We had like 100% parents, 100% teachers that showed up to celebrate the life of my daughter and celebrate our family. So I'm proud to be your principal again this school year. We have a lot of work to do with us this school year, because I can remember when we were fluctuating at about 5 to 10% proficiency for grades 3 and 4 for ELA and math. It was a comfortable place to be in because all you could do is go up. So now we are at approximately 68% proficiency for math for grades 3, 4, and 5. That means level 3s and 4s. And we are hovering around 54 to 56% ELA proficiency. And I have to say, the work gets harder and harder and harder. So you will see that we're starting a lot of things much earlier this school year. We've started our after school program that will begin next week. I will connect with the superintendent today as I have a principals meeting. So you will not see me at the Dads Bring Your Child to School Day. Because I'll be at the on the other side of Queens at participating in a principals conference. But I will connect with the superintendent to get the approval, but we've already sent out permission slips. We're going to complete the permit to do a before school program, so kids can be dropped off at 7:30 in the morning, as well as an after school program for our students that will be in from 3:20 to 5:30. And we have the program till 6, but we say 5:30 because we need the parents to pick their children up on time. Last year, when it started to get dark, parents were late coming in after 6, sometimes 7. And we need to cover the cost for that and make sure that, most of our staff members, they kind of get home. And that would mean that the supervisor that's in part supervising the program has to stay much later. So we would all like to get home much sooner. So please pick your child up on time. About 20 students will be going to PAL. Once you've signed up for PAL, that is where you will attend. That just works best, because I do know when you miss a lot of days from PAL, then they may disenroll you from the program, but please follow up with PAL regarding that. So we've also shared on the permission slip the dates that the program is closed. So please put it on your refrigerator, do whatever you have so you can refer back to it. But we're doing an after-school program, and we're making sure that someone from on your child's grade will be your child's after-school teacher. There will be some exciting activities that we will do. It is an academic enrichment and academic support, but we're also going to have like some science residencies, maybe some art residencies as well that will happen after school, as well as Kids at Play. If you've noticed, if you've been around, Kids at Play is an amazing program, and they've done our structured recess. So we've had a least amount of incidents occurring on the school grounds during recess, because we have this organized system that is coming here to support us. And so we have about anywhere between 10 adults that are outside that are monitoring and supporting our students during this active play. That leads me to point out the chancellor's regulations around students being outside when it's 10 degrees outside. Okay, so when it is cold outside, we will put on our hats and our gloves and we will go outside. Hopefully, we will have different options to where a group of students can come inside and do other activities, but we're waiting to fold that out, because remember, it's about supervision and it's about safety. So on a day where many people may call out absent, may call out sick, or maybe, absent for whatever reason, we want to make sure that you guys are aware and we have enough coverage, okay? Also this school year, whenever we do evacuation drills, you will receive notification. You will receive that notification a week in advance. Okay, that is a new New York City rule. We will include that letter in our upcoming community weekly, so that way you can read it and understand it. That's a New York City public school new rule that parents, whenever we're doing an evacuation drill or any drill of any kind, you must be informed of it a week in advance. So it's very important that you all are receiving our SMORs and you are reading them. Some parents go in and they block us because they're like, oh, it's too many messages. But then somewhere around the spring, you're like, I never knew. This is the main way that we communicate and we share that information. Also, the classroom teachers, as part of their contract of parent engagement, they share weekly updates, homework assignments, just in case you're absent for the day, or you want to work from home for the day, whatever the reason may be. There are consumable pages that we share with everyone. Over the summer, our building was utilized by another program for New York City Public Schools, and our students had to go to an outside program. We're hoping that the next go round, if that is the case, that all of our students and the outside students or inside students can be a part of the space. So it could be beneficial to all of our parents. I'm saying that to talk about the computers. So during COVID, we gave out all of our computers. Not all of our computers came back. Some of our computers came back very, very broken. And then parents were like, we need another one. The city has ended that program of replacing, fixing, going back and forth with computers. Some computers parents had said they had lost it, stolen it, and police reports were required to be completed for that. That gets very, very iffy and very sticky. So we have our computers that we are a one-to-one school to support computer usage for our families. However, these computers will not leave our building. We're doing an inventory to see what are the extra computers within the building and how quickly they can be fixed. So then we could potentially lend them out to family members. But in the meantime, until that ever happens, or if that happens, or if it doesn't happen, homework will be done paper, pencil. There could be some supplemental assignments that teachers may assign for parents that do have their own accessibility to websites or any of the other programs and Brain Pop and things like that. But we will take in consideration for those parents who do not have any access to any type of computer device or Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm going to pause at this time of my message because I know that it is a lot. I'm going to pause to see if there's any questions. Due to our SLT, okay, usually for our SLT meetings, the only individuals who could speak are the ones that are part of the team. For years, we've opened it up and allowed people who were not part of the team, but part of our community to be able to ask questions and get clarity, because we want to be able to have a bridge together to be able to support the learning that's here in our building. So I'm going to open that up in between this break for anybody that's on the call to ask any questions.
So Robin, I do have a question. So with you saying that 140 invites 811, to participate in events and things like that, is the same going for the other school? Because I know personally, since they came into the building, I personally haven't been invited to anything.
Yes, we always bring it up. I do want to highlight a little bit that I want to point out their principal is responsible for 11 sites. So it's not always the principal that I would see. They do have a unit coordinator that is a teacher on a teacher line that supports the administrative things that happen there. They also have a very, very active parent support group. I feel like the district special ed or maybe D75 representation for
CEC
is a parent for 811.
Yeah, I remember he was last year.
Right. So I think that's still the same case.
Okay.
Also our CEC president, Vijay, he is attached to our school. So he will be doing walkthroughs at our school. So everybody knows that we want to work together. We want to create a unified front and make sure it is inclusive and has equality for everyone. So we'll see. We'll see this year if they will continue to bridge the practice.
Okay, because I just see it kind of one-sided. I'm just telling you what I see. Like, I always see us always extending the invitation, but I just never see the olive branch coming back.
Okay. So when it does, we'll definitely make sure that we highlight it and put it on social media and stuff like that.
All right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Are there any other questions this morning? Comments? Anything about what I said? Concerns, challenges? Nope. Everything's good. How many parents we have on here? 15?
Do you know who their chapter leader is at 811?
I knew that they had a gentleman last year and then it might have changed.
Okay.
But you know what? You can always walk down there as well.
Okay.
And they have their office over there. Their office is the old PTA room. That's their
Okay.
main office.
I'll
And you
reach
can
out
ask
to
them,
them.
introduce yourself, and you can ask them. Okay.
Okay.
Right. All right. Any other question, parents? You can just unmute yourself and just come on in. Nope. All right. So y'all don't have no concerns about this 9 o'clock start time? Y'all like it? You hate it? What is it?
I don't mind it, especially now that the building does open up at 8:30 to allow students to come in, the ones that need to come in earlier. So I really don't mind it, but I do still see some people coming in late. I mean, but
It's
it is
crazy.
what it is.
Tiffany,
but-
don't get me upset this morning. Stop starting. Now we was together late last night. Now here you go, started right away in the morning. Wait, listen. Yes, I am
Wait.
catching those late people that walk in at 9:15. I'm thoroughly upset, okay?
I think I missed something. So the building is open at 8:30 because I was still under the impression it was 8:45, but it's 8:30.
Yeah, yeah, we do open it up. We do have supervision available for parents, for students who want to come in at 8:30. And then breakfast officially starts at 8:45.
Amazing. Awesome.
Okay, and so, and then also now think about it, if your child's gonna sign up for the before school program or homework help with their teacher, the building's gonna be open at 7:30. Okay, so yeah, so the whole strategy around that was to be able to get teachers into the building, but mainly to support parents. Last year, chronically absent absenteeism is a goal for our superintendent, Dr. Blake. And it is one of our goals in our CEP as well. We had so many students that were always late. I mean, anywhere between 50% to 75% of the students were always late. And I'm just like, by the time you show up, your first period is over. It's a wash, it's done. And you're missing instruction. So we're trying something new. As Tiffany pointed out, parents are still late at 9:15, and I'm going to be down there. It's been a very busy week. And I just want to point out to parents, just because you don't see me, that does not mean that I am not here. We are entrusting the staff members that we hire and empowering them to really hold it down. Dr. DeChiaris and I are really focusing on the safety and the instruction and the parent outreach. So that's why we model for a lot of different teachers, a lot of our newer teachers, is how to engage with our parents. We go to meetings all over the city. So sometimes you may not see us. And for those people who are like, hey, I want to speak to her right away, those people usually have my phone number. And if I don't answer, you could text me and I will respond. Or you can go to our website. We have the QR code and you can fill out the parent concern form. And we read them every day. And for years, I've always been here very late at night and I contact all my parents. But let me just point out, sometimes if I feel that the staff member, because I have to have their voice, has shared with the parent what has happened, what's going on, I do understand that some parents just want to hear from me. They just want me to just listen. And they just want to see that I'm working on it, or are there any changes, or what can I do about it? The big question last year was, well, what can you do about it? What can I do about it? That's the question, because there's a lot of things that I cannot do. There's a lot of things that I can't. We are governed by New York City Public Schools and the Code of Conduct. We are at elementary school. There is some unsavory behavior, but we've done some things to address that. We've separated some of the classes that were just hotbeds last year. We've supported some of the teachers who needed the most support on classroom management or just being able to de-escalate students. We've transitioned teachers out. I'm going to add that to it. We've changed teachers' assignments, and we've hired new teachers to build those relationships with those students. I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to let Dr. DeChiaris speak about the house point system that we've purchased, that where parents can earn points as well. And we're looking for the true spirit of competition.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for SLT. So we are going to be implementing a school-wide housing system. We are the home of the Sharks. So we have 3 houses that the classes were assigned to. So the house system, students can earn points throughout the day, completing homework, interactions with each other, how they're interacting on the playground, cafeteria, sharing their thoughts and answering questions during morning announcements. So we're being a good citizen, and showing responsibility and respect and highlighting those qualities connected to our character traits of the month and the book of the month. So students are earning points towards their houses, and houses have K-5 classes on them. I will share those houses on our community weekly tomorrow. Our staff members are also earning points. So when staff members are engaged in professional learning, interacting, completing their door competition or joining meetings, staff is earning points, and parents, you can also earn points for your child's house. Coming to SLT, volunteering, engaging with the PTA. So anytime we have any parents that are joining us for any school-wide events, your child house does receive a point. So I have noted down based on the attendance, which parents are joining. And the Whitting house throughout the school year will get to go on special trips. We'll get special activities that could include a special day outside, that could include a special activity that they get to do, a movie night, or a movie day, I'm sorry, going to different trips, just their houses. So it's very similar to the idea of Harry Potter and everyone sorted into their houses and they're earning points towards becoming the winter house. We have started this initiative to really support social emotional within our building and bring us together as a school community. So all of our stakeholders are involved in gaining points. All staff members can give points as well, including our main office staff, our support staff in the cafeteria and at recess. So we are looking to support social emotional and really dive into a healthy competition of showing whose house is the best. We're going to have house shirts and have house events and meetings, all designed around our character trait of the month to support character education and really promote being a good citizen within our school community. Does anyone have any questions about the house initiative that we are going to be launching? The students will get to know their houses next week, and we are using a program called Live School to track our house system. Students are gaining points. We are not initiating taking points away from the houses. We are focusing on the positive points and the aspects of it. So we want to promote the positivity within our building through the house initiative. Does any parents have any questions about houses? Our staff will have full access, and parents, once we rolled it out within a few months, you will also have access to see the point system as well. Okay, no questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, let me turn up the volume. Okay. So we've rolled out a lot and addressed a lot of the concerns. We're reaching the 8 o'clock hour. Let's see, do you guys have any other questions or any hot topics you want to talk about?
What I would like to talk about is the new cafeteria, which I absolutely love, but how did that come about?
So, actually, if you have a D75 program in your building, your D75 gets stuff done. If you can remember, for many years, we didn't even have air conditioning in this building. And we would have to use our own school money, our own fair student funding to get air conditionings. I'm really big on environment. I am someone who is from Long Island. I'm from this area as well. I have family in this area. But my kids always went to school. I always went to school on Long Island. And it really bothered me, but just because you had a different zip code, that you had different access to stuff. And it really, really bothered me. So I would go to my kids' school and I'd be like, wow, they have this, they have that, they have this. So over the years, I brought those things here to this building. So you'll notice that our main office is more inviting, it's bright. I believe that every place in an elementary school should be bright, clean, inviting, welcoming. So they did a cafeteria upgrade. We're still waiting on the digital going across and the messages and, like, you know, the teleprompter and things like that, the screen. They're doing a different way to do the food and stuff like that. So it's not even complete yet, but I was thankful that they had asked me for our logo to put in the middle of the floor. So I was happy. I was very happy for that. They asked me to pick the colors. If anybody that knows me, I'm not good at that stuff at all. My entire home is decorated by my husband, really, like down to the color and down to which color best in this. So when they were asking me, can you choose, can you please choose a color? I'm way too busy. So I was like, I just want it bright and clean, and I want it to stay clean. So that's why it looks like that right now. So thank you for that feedback. But yes, it's bright. The furniture that we have there is the furniture that was loaned to us, because of course, when we came in the end of August, I followed up with everyone and I was like, hey, you know, when is our furniture coming in? We put the order in April. Everyone was like, what you talking about? I was like, don't play around. School starts next week. Where's the stuff? The staff, the facilities office worked very quickly. I guess that's the perk of being around for a long time and making friends, right? They worked so quickly to make sure that they borrowed tables from another school so our children will have somewhere to sit. But the tables that were purchased as part of this project were cafe style tables. So so students can sit around in a circle. Some tables will be long, but it's a mixture so students can pretty much have choice. But what we also do is have organized chaos, okay? They have a place where they have to sit. We still have the sustainability initiative to where students are required to recycle and help out. So that's going to be taken over by the student government, and it's going to be highlighted and celebrated and part of the housing system for positive behavior supports. Okay. So thank you for that, Tiffany. So we're still waiting on our water fountains, because sure enough, when I went to Long Island, and even when I go to the schools where my kids go to now, they have the hydro water fountain that is filtered. You just put your bottle there just like that. And what held us up is the plumbing. This building is over 100 years old. And, you know, they got to make sure that there's no lead. They got to make sure everything is safe. That's what we're waiting on now. Okay, any other parents have any questions? Okay.
About
I'm
the,
gonna
sorry,
go ahead. Go ahead, Ms. Rachel.
about the
Go.
cafeteria. Yeah, first week at school, Daniel was very excited. He could not stop talking about his new cafeteria. We have round tables now, so he was very excited about that.
Right, good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Those are the things that I'm going to carry in my heart, that at one day, that when we say goodbye and we pass this on, we're going to add that to the legacy, that I hope that I made this building much better place than when I found it. Even though when I first arrived here, it wasn't terrible. It was just that the DOE was changing in itself, and we had so many things to do to bring it up to what the DOE expectation was. And that has been 15 years. So I am very, very thankful for that opportunity. Okay. We're going to look at the agenda, and I'm going to close out for the PS 140 update. There are some other items that I will share, but I'll make sure to calendar for next month, meaning the school survey results. Also the CEP goals and the Title III goals as well, and their edits, right? Because there was some feedback that we have to adjust around those three pockets as well. So I'm going to turn it over to anyone from the PTA to talk about the Title I information and the purpose of the Title I committee. Tiffany, Candice, anybody? I can't really talk about Title I. I'm not even present for the votes. So a parent definitely has to talk about Title I.
I think Tiffany is the best person to give an update on that, talk about that. Tiffany.
All right, so we're gonna pause. We'll come back to that. Unless someone really and truly objects and wants to make sure that we talk about it. But she did talk about it a little bit, that how she's waiting to which she's gonna connect with Sonia Rueda, who's our district parent liaison. And so she our senior district parent liaison, and she will make sure that we follow the steps to do the election of these SLT seats, the 2 remaining seats, as well as selecting a Title I parent. In fact, last year, our Title I parent was Candice, if I remember correctly. Okay, so this is the section of our agenda where we talk about the bylaws. So we know that we amended the bylaws last school year to reflect our meeting change date. So I'm gonna suggest, if Zarina and Tiffany will agree, that we table the bylaws for the next meeting. So that way I can make sure that the updates are in the bylaws and I can give everybody a copy. You good, Zarina? Yep, okay. I know Tiffany is multitasking. Okay. All right, so those things that I just mentioned, those things will be on the agenda for next month. I'm gonna open it up to any parents. Are there any agenda items that you would like to be discussed for our October meeting?
Different learning experiences as far as trips. One of the things I was kind of disappointed in last year was just that Aliana and some other kids in her grade didn't have as many experiences as far as like outside of the classroom. While I understand that there might have been a few reasons as to why, I'm hopeful that this year there will be an increase in different learning experiences outside of the school building, as well as within the school building.
Okay, all right, thank you. So we've included that in the minutes, and we can discuss any possible trips. And if you have any ideas, you could be prepared and share those with us as well at the next meeting, okay?
Awesome.
Okay, thank you. Hold on. Okay, all right, any other items that you guys would like to add to the agenda for next month? Nope. All right, it's 9 o'clock, a little bit after, it's 8:01. It's 9 o'clock. Oh no, I got a meeting. 8:01. Thank you everyone for participating for today. This recording will be on our website. And if anyone doesn't want their image or anything on the website, please, you're supposed to let us know that you're not, because we also have the consent that is, we're printing out our parent handbook. It's, you only let us know when you don't consent. So that's why we use a lot of social media. If you could see, our students did the very demure trend. It was cute. So if you know of a parent that just doesn't want their child, we make every effort to make sure to shield their identity if you've informed us in writing, okay? All right, have a great day, everybody, and thank you for participating.
Have a great day.
Have a great
Right.
day, everybody.
Thank you.